Hello, hello. It is April 24th, 2026. This is our study group, number 3. And I'm going to change the view so we can see everybody. And hello, hello. There was some request to just go through again and introduce ourselves because some of us are new and some of us want to know a little bit more. So since you're in the top left corner, Charlotte, will you begin?
Sure. My name is Charlotte, not XY. I live on Vancouver Island. I'm a yoga teacher, yoga therapist, Pilates teacher, craniosacral therapist, and body-mind centering enthusiast. So, yeah, this is the second time I've done a course with Bonnie, and the second time I'm here with Sarah, and I'm really loving it.
Great, thank you. Bex, do you want to introduce yourself? You're on the other side of me.
Sure. My name is Bex. I'm currently studying body-mind centering. I'll take my last class, Senses and Perception, in the fall, and then I'll graduate. I currently work as a massage therapist and do some movement. I've studied and practiced a lot of things. I'm also a Traeger practitioner. And I love body-mind centering. I've been doing Bonnie's online courses and just trying to do some study groups to continue the learning. So nice to see you all.
And you're in the Sonder Moving Project.
Yes, I'm in the Sonder Moving Project with Amy Matthews.
Oh, cool.
And I currently live in Connecticut.
Oh. Okay, thank you. Here comes Robert. I'll put a list down of everybody's here. Just wait a minute for Robert because he is interested in hearing everybody's introductions. So. And I can write down people's names. Okay. Robert, maybe you're in or not, but I think we'll go ahead. We just started with our introductions, and I'm sorry that you were able to get in here. It's probably my fault, so I apologize. I couldn't, I was on the wrong channel there. So here we go. Connie, do you want to say something?
Oh, sure. I'm Connie. I live in Portland, Oregon. I'm a somatic movement educator graduate. Have studied with Bonnie for many years, off and on, and have been taking her and enjoying her online courses since she started them. I used to be, for many years, I was a yoga teacher, yoga and meditation teacher, and now I mostly focus my movement practice on in dance. I do Butoh, which is an embodied movement practice, which I love. And so I dance regularly. That's me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Wonderful. Ava, do you want to go ahead?
Just let Robert first because I'm still mixing my morning drink.
Okay. Robert, do you want to go first, or Andrew could go?
Well,
Sure.
Andrew,
And I had all sorts of technical troubles getting on. I don't know what happened. So I'm sorry I'm so late.
So what happened to me is that I set up the meeting like 10 minutes early on one of I have two sign-in names, and the one that they took I thought was the same thing, and it wasn't. So I was waiting forever. Then I got off and I signed in with the old name, and then I saw everybody was waiting.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I didn't miss everything. That's great. Okay, good, good. Sure. I live in Western Massachusetts. I studied with Bonnie in the late 80s, and I saw this course and I just felt I had to take it. I felt I had to see where I am, and like a bicycle, what do I remember? What do I know? What do I not know? And what can I bring back? What can I reacquaint myself, and how can I go deeper? I also work as a psychotherapist, and initially went into it thinking I was going to be doing body work and psychotherapy in some kind of integrated way. It's not what happened. So I've always wondered about coming back to this practice professionally in some form as a movement therapist or in some way. So it's also seeing where am I with that. And the last time I took a course with Bonnie was in Amherst in probably 1984 at a little, ballet studio, very informal, so I miss those days and wish I could get those back, and just want to see where I am. And, at 67, do I chart a partial new course in some way or pick up an old course that I never fully went on? We'll see. And I also want to work on healing my body, and how am I listening in my own body to this? And so we'll see. So that's where I am. And thank you for asking these questions.
Wonderful. Thank you. Andrew, do you want to say something?
Yeah. I'll just take this off my head here. I'm a dancer and actor, and I teacher, and I trained in Skinner releasing technique with Joan Skinner, and I also studied Fitzmaurice voice work with Catherine Fitzmaurice. I'm a teacher of that work. It's a somatic voice work, and yeah, I've been doing this online course. I missed the first. I think missed the. I started in 2021. I think is when I started, and so I missed that kind of the first summer. But really, it has been. It's been. I've always wanted to study this work, and so it's just been the most incredible. I just love this. I love having this opportunity to be in community, and to, even though it's not live, I still feel like it is incredible, amazing.
You mean in person? Because we are live.
Yeah, I mean in person. I mean,
Yeah.
like if we were in person, it'd be different, but
Yeah.
it's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Eva, do you want to say anything?
yeah, sure. Well, some of what you all said, I mean, Andrew and also Robert brought me back to the 80s in New York, and like that's also when I did last time in live with Bonnie, a workshop. And yeah, the Skinner release technique, that's like, I love that work. And so yeah, through dance, of course, that's the beauty of dance. I've come from contemporary dance. There's you're exposed to a lot of in the 80s and contemporary dance. There was so many beautiful like Elsa Gindler's work, the Skinner release technique. There were so many things I was exposed to and that are resonating still within me. I became a Feldenkrais practitioner and have never been such a streamlined Feldenkrais practitioner because I come from there and I've been exposed, and I created in in the early 2000s, my God, time is flying, a training for women, and that included, I'm on staff, there was Friederike Trescher, who is a BMC practitioner in Germany. So of course I was, continued always. And the wish of, Robert, you were saying, is actually maybe doing a training in BMC, which I haven't because it's just too complicated. I live in Hawaii, so it's far from everything. But there we had and I worked with Lisa Schmidt, who is in Connecticut, a BMC practitioner, a lot. We danced together. She did the BMC training, and so it has been weaving in and out of my life. And I love that Bonnie is doing these online courses. I'm so grateful. And I'm so grateful to Sarah and those who are teaching these classes, so we can go deeper and be part of this this exploration and community. So there's a lot. I'm also the Qigong teacher, and maybe also I love, like Sarah, you are somebody who's like, when you wrote, oh, you're trying that spin, that basketball spin, it's like being open-minded and seeing what else is out there. And I've worked a lot with Emily Conrad, Wave Continuum, so I'm teaching something called Wave, I call it Wave Continuum, she calls it Continuum Movement. One of my also very favorite practices. Yeah. And I want to see Connie and Andrew again, and Sabrina.
Yay! and we have Vanessa joining us. She's new in our group, and Bex is joining us for the first time, so that's nice. And here's Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. You're in perfect timing because we're just talking about ourselves, and you are next.
Oh,
if you want to introduce yourself and how you found Bonnie and your background a bit.
Okay. So my name is Vanessa, and I live in Farmington Hills, is Detroit suburbs in Michigan. But I am originally from Brazil. I've been here for 21 years now. I was a dance teacher previously. I'm trained as a psychologist as well, but when I moved here, after I had a chance to go back to work, I was teaching dance, samba. And I hurt my back, started doing yoga for the back. And I found somatics through authentic movement here. My teacher was trained with Bonnie, so that's the first time I heard of Bonnie. So I would say like 10 years ago. But I only had a chance to do something with her during, no, actually it was after. During pandemic, I went to Brazil a couple times and stayed longer. And I took a couple courses with body-mind movement. Which they have in Brazil as well. They started there. So
body mind movement, as in Martha Eddy's body mind dance.
As Mark Taylor, I think Mark
Taylor.
Yeah. And Mariana, I knew the Brazilian lady who brought body mind movement to Brazil, Mariana Camarotti. So I then had a chance to take a couple classes there. And then in 24, I did the, I think it was a fall series with Bonnie. Was in the spring.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. Sabrina, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We had a false start because I had the wrong channel turned on with my name. I have two names for my Zoom, and the one was,
Okay.
so we're just really just getting started. So
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah, I didn't see like the Zoom kind of like update itself, so I was like, yeah, I'm glad to be here.
good. Do you want to say anything about how you got here, what you're doing, and a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so I'm Sabrina, and I've studied Bonnie with Bonnie's work for like about 5 years, like right after the pandemic. And I really appreciated just the accessibility that she offered it online. And I was able to learn more about her because I had a yoga teacher who really loved the somatic work that she offered at Body Mind Century, and had a teacher who was Wendy Hambridge. And Wendy Hambridge is a lovely lady and just so smart, you know. And I've just gotten to just know about the anatomy through the lens of somatics through Wendy, and that really just opened my eyes to like, what does this really mean in my own yoga practice, my own movement practice, or when I do the dishes or walk up the stairs, like what does this all like apply to my life and mobility? And so I was really grateful to actually get to like really go deeper into like the anatomy, which allowed me to understand how we move and why we move and how is it really applied to our own physical bodies. So I really appreciate
Great,
the
thank you.
practice.
So I think we'll get started with that and kind of go into our own bodies, into ourselves, and into our legs. She did a lot about the legs yesterday. So I think it would be helpful just to stand and notice where your weight is and what your sense is of your legs. You can start anywhere you want. I would say start with your femur and see what you're feeling. As you're standing, are you balanced? And we can explore some of the curves and the spirals. It's the longest bone in the body. We'll probably end up on the floor as well, so keep your mats around if you need them. Yesterday I was sitting in the bathtub and thinking about the spirals and stroking my legs in the spiralic pattern that felt right to me. So I'm wondering if you can do the same, find the spirals in your long bones. Now you don't have to stand if you want to lie down. You can do whatever you want. We'll take about 5 minutes to explore it. So I'm thinking embryologically how the bone gets formed and the spirals in the bone. See if you can find your spirals. Charlotte, did you pick up some femurs?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. Great.
Yeah.
I have mine lying on the table, so I'll bring them over to you when we haven't finished this.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we actually go into that, Charlotte, you're holding that up. Let's listen to see or look and see what spirals you're feeling in your own body compared to what you see here. Okay, well, I'm going to bring mine.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'll do is show you the I think I'll turn this to speaker view. Thank you, Charlotte. I'm going to use my bigger models here.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know what you can see. See the foot in the middle? That's the right foot. And then, gosh, I think what I'll do, you see, we'll just go up as one piece here. See the pelvis at the top and the sacrum. And then you see the model of the knee with the fibula on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So if I put this down, and go kind of like this. What do you see there? You can see. So let's take the right femur.
Tip it forward a little bit.
Tip it forward because you can't see the femur.
There you go. That's better.
Okay. So I'm going to put it on, I'm going to pin this so it doesn't jump back and forth. So here we have the right femur. What do you notice?
It's an arc. It's not straight.
Yes, it curves to the front.
Yeah.
So I want you to feel how your bone curves to the front. Now let's just work with one leg, just the right leg, and feel like you're stroking down the bone. And you know that the head of the femur is deep inside. The what structure does this touch?
Acetabulum.
The acetabulum, like so. And then what happens at the acetabulum?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ligaments there. There's the ball movement.
Yep.
Socket movement.
Okay, so here's the ball rotating in the socket. And here's the socket excursioning around the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So can you do that? Can you explore that movement? There's two movements. One is a proximal movement. When you're moving the proximal bone, which bone is proximal?
Close to the center.
Yes,
the pelvis.
Which of these two bones? Yes.
The pelvis.
The pelvis. So move your pelvis around your femoral head. And see if you can really focus in on the head of the femur that you're rotating around, that you're excursioning around that. So you'll be bending forward, or if you're on your hands and knees, you'll be sitting back on your heels. You can play with different positions.
Reminds me of that diving duck thing, you know, the thing with the water that bends
Yes.
and then picks up water at the end.
Yes. You put it on the edge of a glass and it tilts its beak down and back.
Yeah.
And when you're complete with that, let's move the femur in the hip joint. And you know it's almost a 360 in of the femur rotation.
Actually created a Feldenkrais lesson this morning for my students with all of that and the
Oh, that's great.
and the idea of those three pelvic bones not being fused yet, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you remember the names of the bones you just taught?
The ilium, the ischium,
Yeah.
and the
And the pubis.
yeah,
Yeah. And the pubis. Can't quite see where they are, where they join here, but in the center of this acetabulum, this is where they have the three. Bonnie talked about the triradiate. It's actually cartilage that builds the joint between all three. It's the shape of a Y.
Yeah, I was wondering, I mean, do you have a picture of that? You always
I
have
do.
this.
I have pictures of that. I'm
Mhm.
going to hold it off till later because that'll pull us into a different
Okay, sure.
mind state.
Hmm.
But I want you to think about the bones coming together, supporting the femur, and you're moving the femur now around the pelvis. Find a different position to explore as many positions where you're moving the femur around your pelvis. That means you can be on your stomach, you can be on your back, you can be on one knee, you can be standing up, you can be rolling. And then come back to your standing and see if you feel any difference between the right leg and the left leg. Think about the forward curve of the femur. Just working on the one leg, and tell me what you feel.
But I also felt very much, I mean, that inward spiral that the femur has, the forward and a little bit inward, right? Because it does come.
Yes, so we have this different spirals within the bone. So this is another thing to feel. You can feel, listen, just with both pelvises at the top, the spiral goes out and then around, behind, and down through the legs. So just trace a spiral starting out at the top and circle it around under your thigh and around to the front of the knee. So you're circling like a ribbon in whatever way feels appropriate to you. So if you're going out at the top, you're probably going to go more in at the bottom where your knee joint is. So you can make a very gradual, you can play with it. And Bonnie has that in the pictures that she sent to you in the study guides. And then compare what you're feeling on the right leg with the leg that you didn't work on. And what do you notice?
Well, I noticed that the leg that I was working on feels more, I'm more aware of its sort of curviness, and the other side is more just long and straight. That's what I notice when I stand.
My experience is similar, as well as more just dexterity with my right foot and leg. Oh, just more sensate.
Yeah. The range of motion seems more.
It's almost like I switch. Normally I have my standing leg on my left, but I'm almost switching now my standing leg on to the right because I've worked with the right side. So it's like it's more underneath me. I can.
Mm.
Do you feel like changing to the other leg? You can still speak if you want to. You can explore different levels. I see that Bex, or is it Vanessa, is moving. Yeah, Vanessa is moving on a block. Looks like a yoga block. Yeah, so you can explore what height change between the legs does. So, but you can start with the movement of the proximal bone on the left side, which would be the pelvis moving over the femur on your left side. And you can lie on your back, you can stand, or you can circle your whole body in a sitting position. It's interesting to change directions and change the height, change all perspectives. You've got the sagittal, the vertical, and the horizontal planes.
Mm.
And when you're ready, if you want to, you can explore moving the femur in the acetabulum, which is a distal movement. You're moving the distal bone over the proximal support. Yeah, you can go side to side too. Hey, Ty. How are you?
Good. Are you in the middle of something?
I'm teaching a class.
Okay. What time is it over?
About half an hour.
All right. Well, I'll start work in 10 minutes. I wanted to call you because I have some news I wanted to tell you about, but
we'll have
to talk about it later.
Okay, you could text me.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye. Sorry.
Worlds colliding, right?
Yes. Number one person in my life.
Wait.
Next to my husband.
Nice.
And so let's add that sense of the curvature on the left femur, the bend, slight open front, not open, but the slight curvature of the femur on the left side. Just to be conscious about that as well.
I have a question, Sarah.
Yeah.
Just wondering, I mean, I'm sure, I mean, but maybe you know more that there is, you know, different degree of curvatures with different people, and
Yeah.
also different, like people who grew up squatting on the floor. I mean, squatting down, you know, like in the Asian countries, they might have different curvatures and, you know.
Sure. I have a client who has she's now in her 80s, and when she grew up in Africa, she was carrying baskets of heavy materials on her head, as was a custom. And now she has very severe osteoarthritis. It's changed all her bones in her neck. So that's what definitely changes your bones depending on how you're using them and your culture, just like you said. So let's take a moment to stand or to be wherever you are and compare the left and the right. Let me know what you're feeling.
I'm back on my standing leg.
Three-dimensional spirals on both legs. It's like,
Wow, nice.
My legs feel more connected to my pelvis and to my body than before.
And can you take that down into your tibia? Add the tibia. So how does the tibia curve? Here's the right tibia.
Only slightly to the back. In other words, there's a little bit of the bone arcs out to the front slightly. Is that right?
Yep, and has these edges. You know, you feel your shin bone, right? And it's really sharp. My shin bone is really sharp.
Yeah, it's like a ridge through the middle.
Yep.
But it's
And
way more, oh, sorry.
It's a
It's
forward. Go ahead.
No, it's way more straight than the femur.
It is more straight, but there's spirals in there too, and there's spirals in the femur. You can't quite see as well here, but if I turn the tibia, you can see the spirals there.
Yeah. Doesn't it, the femur kind of spirals in and the tibia kind of spirals out a little bit?
It can.
That's what it looks like in this skeleton. But
That's
yeah.
what I felt inside of me, yeah.
If you're spiraling the head of the femur out, and then you're crossing where the medial part of the knee is, so you have this spiral around this way. And depending on, remember Bonnie was talking about whether you were tight in the lateral and the abductors, how that would change the angle. Or if you were weak in the adductors, that would change the angle. So if you're tight, your adductors would be pulling you out. And so your leg would be more straighter, which is the least, that's not as conducive to traveling up pressures as if it were relaxed enough and supported by the adductors on the inside to balance that. So there was an inward part. This is actually diagonal when it gets to the knee. So, but if you're tighter in the outside, you'll have it in the reverse. You want to have a balanced knee. So stand and see if you feel balanced between your abductors and adductors, and that the femur is diagonally, both knees kind of come close to the center at the knee, and then your tibia is under that, without being knock-kneed and without being bow-legged. And everybody's got genetic differences too, so.
Yeah, I know from Asian clients that often that is a big difficulty for them, because often there's such a bow that then they end up with knee or hip challenges.
Yeah, a lot of cultures have their babies standing really early, and it can cause that bowing.
Mm.
You see a baby walking with its whole leg is scooped to this lateral portion, and you can bet that they had that baby standing too early.
Mm.
But so is it that the femur is spiraling out a little bit, and then the tibia a little bit coming into the...
It's whatever you're feeling. I mean, there is an outward, in the drawings you'll see it's outward at the top and then spirals around.
Right.
And you can make a case for just about any kind of spiral going through your legs. The spirals that she's talking about are the spirals that are in the bone in terms of tracking them.
Right, that's what I was wondering. And there's in the tibia a little bit more from the knee. It goes, yeah.
Oh, I can tell that. You can't see too much. This is the right side. This is a little big for me. Let me take the speaker view. Speaker view. Here we go. Turn you around this way. See what you can see here. So here, by standing, here's the femur. I'm exaggerating it medially. So here and here.
Mm. Mm.
It's hard to do it when you're bending over.
Yeah, but you're doing good. I can see what yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can bend your knee when you bend your knee. Bend your body over your femur.
I thought it was interesting in the pictures that Bonnie showed us where she identified the triangles.
Yes, it is.
The triangles coming down from the top of the femur down to the knee, and then down to the tibia into the lower leg and the foot. into the middle, into the middle three toes. That was very interesting to me. I want
Yes.
to explore that more.
Let's go add what bone is this?
Fibula?
Yes, let's add the fibula. So the fibula
Oh.
This is the right knee. You've got the lateral collateral ligaments, medial collateral ligaments, the cruciate ligament. This is a posterior. Then inside you have the anterior cruciate ligament. Then if you bend the knee, you see the menisci. You have the medial menisci here and the lateral menisci here. This is a little bit narrower in its circumference. That allows for some rotation of the outer meniscus around the medial meniscus. But generally, the cushion is for flexion and extension. So you get a lot of injuries with football players and sports people with their knees, their anterior cruciate ligament gets torn, or the meniscus is torn. I have a torn meniscus, but I don't pay any attention to it. I also had a little fracture a couple of months ago in my tibial plateau. So
wow,
that's healed also. It was a what they call a subchondral fracture. Who knew? I think it was related to bone density, since I deal with my bone density, making my bones stronger.
Not in an accident or a
no, I did a yoga. I was doing yoga.
I
was doing yoga and I stretched the meniscus a lot in the pigeon position, where you bend your knee under you and you're on your legs, you're leaning over. You know what the pigeon is?
Yeah.
That's put a lot of torque on my knee.
And you got a fracture. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I went after the class. I went to my friend's house who has a vibrating massage chair, and it really squeezes your knee and shakes your whole body, the vibration. And when I got up, I could barely walk.
Oh.
Oof. Is that wild? So anyway, but that's now healed. I'm all very grateful about that. And I want you to feel the rotation between the fibula and the tibia. And can you tell me about it? Because we've talked about it before, I think.
Yep.
And the right foot. So what happens? What are the dynamics here?
Don't they rotate towards one another and away from one another?
Right.
Yes.
I think.
And
I think when you straighten your leg, straighten your knee on your leg, then I think they are moving toward each other. And I think when you go forward, they're moving away. I think.
So let's talk about in terms of plantar and dorsiflexion. So when your foot points down, what is that called?
Plantar flexion.
That's plantar. It's you're planting your foot on the ground, so it's pointing here. And the talus, which is this bone, slides forward under the tibia. And when you dorsiflex, what happens?
Comes forward.
The talus slides back and the tibia slides forward. So they're counter-rotating. Now, if you put in the fibula, You have the fibula on the outside, causing that malleolus, lateral malleolus, and it forms a nice saddle joint that sits on top of the talus. And these two bones, if they rotate a little bit internally, create a little space for the talus to slide back.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And then if they rotate a little externally between each other, it gives space for the talus to slide forward.
Forward. Mm. Thank you.
So see if you can do that with your fibula and tibia. And what I like to do is bring my hands into that position. But since I have these leg bones in my foot, I'll just do it this way. So I'm going to flex my foot and I'm going to rotate. I'm going to exaggerate the rotation. As I flex my foot, it's dorsiflexion. I'm rotating the two leg bones towards each other. And then that pulls the talus, allows the talus to rock backwards. And then when I point into plantar flexion, the tibia and the fibula rotate externally, and that allows the talus to slide forward. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the next challenge is to walk with that happening. And the way I like to do it is my arms become the long bones of the tibia and the fibula. So one arm, this will be my fibula, one arm, and this will be the tibia. And when I flex my foot, they're rotated inwardly. Then I shift my weight onto the foot, and they start to rotate externally. And then before I step on the next foot, they go back into internal rotation because the ankle is changing positions. So here, I'm internally rotated. Then as I pull my heel up, it's external rotation. And then when I lift the foot off the ground and flex my foot, it goes back to internal rotation. And I take a step and it externally rotates when I push off.
Mm.
And then come back. See if you can do that. And then do it on the other leg. And this is the left side. Let me know when you're ready to do the left. Bex, I wonder if you could release you could come back to alive to your face or your body so we can see you. If that's all right. Are you guys looking now to do the left, or what are you experiencing? Thank you.
I'm just trying to make sure I've got it right. That when I'm when I have my, I'll just point at my feet here. So working on my right here. That when I'm going forward like this,
Yeah.
like the bones are coming to each other, and then
That's right.
It's going like that. That's sort of the movement.
That's right.
Okay, just making sure I have it. Yep. Okay.
I wouldn't fold in the wrist because you're
yeah. No.
Yeah. Rotate the whole arm. Yeah. There you go. So let's go to the left side. If you have the right side down. Or just you can stand and just notice if you feel any difference between the left side and the right side, the right leg and the left leg. Is there anybody here that's not done this before?
I haven't done it this way. I'm also wondering because I'm trying to teach my people not to flex so much in walking because then they have all this tension. The foot has to actually hang in between and then softly put down. I always say if you don't have shoes on and you flex so much, then you might hit a stone with your heel and that's not comfortable. But that might be a different theme. So I'm just trying to figure out, so there is a neutral in between where then when you go through pushing for, okay, that's two questions.
Yeah, there's a neutral there.
So when I'm back, when I'm pushing off my back foot, because then
your forelegs open and your foreleg bones open when you push off.
And then I get the neutral, and then even if I don't do it a lot, mosquitoes, sorry, coming in, even if I don't flexing so much, right, it's still like...
You still have that rotation.
Yes, okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If the interosseous membrane between the two bones is super tight, is that going to affect that rotation?
It's going to affect it, and mine are super tight.
Yeah. I was just working with that with my class this morning, working on the interosseous membrane.
How'd you do?
Okay, you know, I think they all felt there was a bit of a difference in the movement when they'd worked a little bit with massaging right into that area and using a little bit of movement to cause some openness through there. Yeah.
I have very tight interosseous membranes in my forelegs. I get cramps at nighttime that actually make it even tighter. So I have to go like a ritual every night, get in a hot bath, soak my feet, soak my forelegs, calm my nervous system. Then I get on the floor and sit on my forelegs. And I massage my interosseous membrane.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bringing my attention to the movement of the two bones as you were, as we were practicing with the hands, and then feeling into the two bones moving, I felt like my awareness of that movement in and out, internally rotating, externally rotating out, was supporting it was supporting me. I felt more balanced a bit as my weight came into my foot, and then shifted, and the other, I could feel it was hard to just isolate one foot, but it was good to try to do that because I could feel it more. So thank you. That was helpful.
Yeah, I got really excited going through the foot last week because I've been doing this work like 50 years, and every time I come back to things, I discover something, and the subtalar joint really became alive to me, and feeling it, I didn't realize that the navicular was the bone that you feel on the outside that's on the inside of your arch, that this is a navicular, which in the root of the word navicular is boat. I think we talked about it before last time, and the three sailors are these three cuneiforms, and that the more bones there allow for more movement between the bones, which means that's why these three toes and these three bones are associated with the ankle foot, which is associated with the fibula. So it goes right up to that whole balancing thing. The fibula is about balancing and you have that cross. Remember, she did the cross, the X through the foot from the inside of the arch to the outer fibula, and it becomes very clear when you see it in relationship to the weight shifting.
Yeah.
So I started to, and I've been working with my clients to feel the navicular, and then to feel the smaller ledge of the talus, which you can feel. You can probably feel it on your own arch. And then try to rotate first your talus at the talar navicular joint, and then go to the talus and try to rotate at the the subtalar joint, which is what sits on your calcaneus. And then you can move the forefoot, or move the navicular around. You can move the talus around the calcaneus. You can move the navicular around the talus. You can try to move your 3 cuneiforms around the navicular, and you can grab your metatarsals and move them at that joint. And then you can go down to your toes and move them at the proximal joint. I mean, and then it just feels amazing. I had such a great release of my subtalar joint. And then I realized the importance of it from watching Eric Dalton's videos, that this is the steering wheel of the body. That all your legs, your weight, everything comes down and balances on that calcaneus and subtalar joint, and how important that is to distribute the forces down.
Yeah, so many of my clients, I do see the 2 bones, right and left, are not balanced. One is way forward and the other way backwards, or the other way around, or up and down. It's not balancing, and a lifelong stepping like that, of course, takes its toll. It's really interesting. And then, yeah, the whole idea of how to, when somebody is older, how do you help them still gain a little bit more of that balance?
Well, you can really do a lot, and it's amazing what you can do, because I've been working with older people and specifically with this material, and they feel really different. There's big changes in their feet.
One thing with the real aha for me in Bonnie's class the other day was the spiraling of the femur. I'm right-handed, or play tennis with my right hand, so I would be, using my left foot to plant, and then, or let my left foot to plant and then kick. So, not that I've done a lot of sports lately, but that's my sort of habit. And I realized that part of why I think I've had this plantar fasciitis is because, rather than having more of a spiral motion or a sense of the spiraling of my femur, I've been operating with my femur as like a plank almost, like a sport. You put a post in the ground and then you hit a ball or something like that. So the basic idea of finding spiralic motion through here, and even maybe trying to do things left-handed or something, but changing it up, could be really helpful for my plantar fasciitis, so that the spirals are coming through rather than I've got a very linear kind of set of forces going through my foot, creating problems.
Yes. And then add the rotation, counter rotation of the fibula and the tibia.
Yes, right. That's right.
Yeah.
All those rotations.
And then, are you working with your plantar fasciitis at night or in the morning, or do you?
I sort of on hold a bit. I need to come back to it. Yeah, mostly through PT exercises, but I need to modulate that with awareness and movement exploration as opposed to just strengthening, but mostly strengthening exercises.
You do the caterpillar where you walk your toes forward and.
Yep.
And you drop the heel down. You do the one where you stand on the stair and drop your heels down.
Yep. And using a
stretchy band.
Stretchy band to develop strength here, and then pulling back in order to just stretch that out and, you know,
You pull back on each toe or just the whole toe, all the toes?
all the toes. That's interesting. Each, you know,
Each toe, do the big toe.
that's interesting. Very interesting. Right.
If I may add, because Bonnie had talked about this yesterday, about the positioning of the pelvis. So in my experience, it has a lot to do where the weight falls to the foot. And if it's habitually falling through the heel, then you are still, you know, you have too much in your other, the gastrocnemius and everything is just tight. And so then there's not enough movement for your plantar there. So just, you know, really to watch where your pelvis is, then how that spiral is covered, like you said, the spiral.
Yeah, very true. Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, and when you explored with Bonnie yesterday, I did feel also the connection to the neck where, you know, like going up. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my mind, I'm thinking also about the jaw, the TMJ, and also all related, all the way down.
Yeah, those jaw and ankles have a lot to do with each other. I feel they're very similar build. They have to do that sliding. Yeah.
So a little bit different because in the jaw, you have a downward hinge as well as a gliding forward. Whereas in the talus, you have the gliding forward and back. It's not so much a hinge joint there, but there's a lot of similarity. All right, everyone. It's so great to work with you and to experience these principles with people that really are interested. It's just amazing to be with you. That's 9 of us, including myself, exploring something that most people don't even realize exists. So it's exciting to me. And it's wonderful to have you all here. Thank you for coming. Eva, what?
One last question. Gosh, sorry, XY it says, but it's not your name.
No, Charlotte.
I'm so sorry. What membrane did you talk about?
Interosseous, between the membrane, between the.
I will look it up.
The interosseous membrane?
Yeah, interosseous between the tib and fib.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And you also have interosseous membranes between the radius and the ulnus.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just between 2 bones. It's a membrane between 2 bones.
Yeah.
Interosseous.
Okay, thank you.
So let's reach out to each other. Take some deep breaths.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
So
you.
wonderful.
Thanks for coming.
It was lovely.
Good weekend.
Thanks so much.
Everyone have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, you too.
Well,
Thank you.
The moon is
Enjoy.
ruling the heart today, so that was perfect.
Say that again. What did you say?
The moon is ruling the heart today. The moon is a sign that's ruling the heart.
The moon, the sun is in Taurus, and that means the moon is in the opposite sign of Taurus.
Yeah.
Which is Scorpio.
Scorpio, yeah. Oops.
Is it Scorpio? Taurus is in the 2nd house.
Scorpio, yeah.
That's 9. I think it's Scorpio.
It's Scorpio, yeah.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm still in, but maybe because I'm backwards. I'm back in Hawaii. It's still in. Okay.
All right. Wish we could fly out there
Bye.
and be with
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.